If you don't have a plan, you will never have anything.
There are so many ways of cutting down cost when it comes to weddings.
Because he didn't spend so much.
Within the premarital medical exam it must end up at the doctor's table. For us women, we take sex to be commitment and love.
Some women are naturally very, very dry and tight. So those people, or they in a bonkomo, or they sonaha, by 30 minutes 45, and sun penetrating part.
A man sees sex as fun.
Or they are to the extent and answer back at the
Uber fornicating now on the bear money in our court on some gym. So was he cut down one? Pass up bear money, dear Cacro, so find your wedding, and you are
I'm 25 years, I'm holding a PhD. You are fortunate. But we are looking at somebody on August of secondary school. This person, we can say, has achieved much than you.
You are what you eat. A being ponezi, that junky food now, your libido will come down. You don't eat sweet things with your mouth when your clitoris is raised.
When your spouse does not deserve your love because your spouse or you are faithful, but you choose to love this man, this is what is marriage. If you don't have a plan, you will never have anything.
There are so many ways of cutting down cost when it comes to weddings.
Because he didn't spend so much.
Within the premarital medical exam it must end up at the doctor's table. For us women, we take sex to be commitment and love.
Some women are naturally very, very dry and tight. So those people, or they in a bonkomo, or they sonaha, by 30 minutes 45, and sun penetrating part.
A man sees sex as fun.
Or they are to the extent and answer back at the
Uber fornicating now on the bear money in our court on some gym. So was he cut down one? Pass up bear money, dear Cacro, so find your wedding, and you are
I'm 25 years, I'm holding a PhD. You are fortunate. But we are looking at somebody on August of secondary school. This person, we can say, has achieved much than you.
You are what you eat. A being ponezi, that junky food now, your libido will come down. You don't eat sweet things with your mouth when your clitoris is raised.
When your spouse does not deserve your love because your spouse or you are faithful, but you choose to love this man, this is what is. If you don't have a plan, you will never have anything.
There are so many ways of cutting down cost when it comes to weddings.
Because he didn't spend so much.
Within the premarital medical exam it must end up at the doctor's table. For us women, we take sex to be commitment and love.
Some women are naturally very, very dry and tight. So those people, or they in a bonkomo, or they sonaha, by 30 minutes 45, and sun penetrating part.
A man sees sex as fun.
Or they are to the extent and answer back at the
Uber fornicating now on the bear money in our court on some gym. So was he cut down one? Pass up bear money, dear Cacro, so find your wedding, and you are
I'm 25 years, I'm holding a PhD. You are fortunate. But we are looking at somebody on August of secondary school. This person, we can say, has achieved much than you.
You are what you eat. A being ponezi, that junky food now, your libido will come down. You don't eat sweet things with your mouth when your clitoris is raised.
When your spouse does not deserve your love because your spouse or you are faithful, but you choose to love this man, this is what is marriage.
Baba and then you reach Jumedian so. And that's why I see the young Komodutri is another wonderful discussion. Eyade a yebesua nyama bebre efiri mu, especially ye maame nom ye sisters a mo aware. This is about the married. Nti ye pese ye share interesting topic bi. Na ye say managing marital conflict, the role of the woman. Eno no ye guest wa hanti edu a obe cheche yemu. Ye kan marital conflict and I say marriage conflict eno ne den. And then what the woman has to the role the woman has to play ni nyina ye be discuss e wa ha. Nti also ye crowd na open pen paper na jot down points because media are ready wa say ye discussion na mesua media tin ye be meet media abo me bra papa bi na ya kan sa no ye discussion ne dey in fact if not for your sponsors nka ye nti ha nka discussion ye kan kra nka ye ntumi enfam brem nti ye pese ye da ya boafo ase ye sponsors. First of all ye pese ye da Gem Beauty Care ase. A Gem Beauty Care, they be a team makeup they are always on point. What say we fair Gem Beauty Care for engagement ceremony, wedding ceremony, party, whatever it is. They say a kuro na be, but whatever the case, it's still like a veggie. What sort if you can now dress cake and all the trap pictures now we need Joe. Just call Gem Beauty Care on 0207792101 0207792101 Samson and there your caps no my masobolo papebi by fortune juices anti-fosty and ama yesobolo aye kama we table isu. If you need fortune juices for local drinks, any local setting, engagement, as a party, as a funerals, wherever, you can call Fortune Juices on 0244508818 0244508818. So now matadia eshemi simple but very nice. Nina kind courtesy in rubber couture. Now here omo designs maybe for engagement or weddings. Omo pam wedding gowns na dey na. Sad veil ya by say a friend cathedral. Nina obedwan style ne kama amount. Very simple yet very classy and comfortable. You can call in rubber on 0209930465 0209930465. Ya kan isa nya pese be waste time kra ya pese ye twa ye ho sima na ye ba ye de yankomo twetwe no e be hyehyese.
If you don't have a plan, you will never have anything.
There are so many ways of cutting down cost when it comes to weddings.
I was not a felt there. I afraid now we could not because he didn't spend so much.
Within the premarital some medical exam na it must end up at the doctor's table. For us women, we take sex to be commitment and love.
Some women are naturally very dry and tight. So those people, or they in a bonkomo, or they son high by 30 minutes 45 and sun penetrating.
A man sees sex as fun.
Or they are to the extent and answer back at the
Uber fornicating now only bear money in our cop on some gym. So was he cut down one? Pass bear money the cacao one, so find your wedding and your uncle.
Hey, I be muka, I'm 25 years, I'm holding a PhD. You are fortunate. But we are looking at somebody secondary school. This person, we can say, has achieved much than you.
You are what you eat. A being ponezi that junky food now. Your libido will come down. You don't eat sweet things with your mouth when your clitoris is raised.
When your spouse does not deserve your love because your spouse or you're unfaithful, but you choose to love this man, this is what is marriage.
So mamo akwaba enyume we nso eba shiju medie so. They said you make time before we went for the break no. Ye pese ye discussion intentem na ye nya enough of the information. Na ye maame Pastor Mrs. Gloria Taki ewo studio mo ha. Oni ye eba beche some of these things. I mean the role of the woman. Ye be kan nyama ni general, but ye hia emba no your side more, your role and your responsibility when it comes to managing conflict in the house. You man side no more. But as the discussion goes on, be sure say member most mobenya mo de kakra ewom. It's a time no so na say ye beautiful lines na mo kan ye ho a wa wo adwentre bi wa wo bibia opese de kan dia ya kan ho and all that. You are all welcome to just join in the discussion when the phone lines are opened. Inti abeda ya mami say Pastor Mrs. Gloria Taki. Pacho, you are welcome. Thank you. Nyaka mechi aso koroko ni. Esi no ma yenchia.
No.
Akwaba.
Yeah.
Pacho, if say o come bi kakra share see for na fi dey ya start discussion.
Okay, mamu viewers, etie for ni ahwefo nyina akwaba program na be topic here be discussed is very very important and essential because our be egu omomo ware yakra obi ha o tie de koso say mi suru po say me ware o and edien na esi conflict is one of the major things I am our egu mente me ho ase tenia wo share na yes na mete nti say ye nyina ya ante ye ho ase ne yamba ya share common grounds mente me ho ase na yentimi anso ano afi na escalate also okay and obi amfa ne ho nti men I will encourage all viewers and say omuntie more contribution bia na omode aba question bia so che wadwen na de aba nyame beboaye ama ya discussing as a pim.
Into your topic, we are saying managing marital conflict, the role of the woman. And when you bet me actually say what you mukakra, I should for na what we want to talk about. Managing say oh cry baby, and say oh handle baby me say kind of say. And they be me I don't know how be church.
I okra and tawanta we see what our mu. Say we are oba na say we are oyire wo edien ohu ewo mu ni sen. That's how I put it, your role. Juma die ben na wodi wo santa wanta we ya eti say yetimi so anu e wa ware mu.
Ya kan say be kan hello to odo we are wishing you speedy recovery. Yenu aba Dorothy no ho fan kakra nti we dey was second kakra mo in fact mpese mu hunu no very soon mo ye mbom mpa bo o se mu ye den na next week nyame ya adoma ye be fia pastor so be wo mpa man na next week nyame ya adua o be kan yensa e wa hase. Okay nti ya koso na say first of all you say you conflict ase.
Okay,
you can conflict as it no.
Okay, you see a conflict it is simply in a layman's language and you'll be able to say in technicalities be break cement me ho ase e woni pa mienu ntem e fa bibi ho e bia ye yakoto book na ye kwa akoto no so pe red miss me pe green enti sa enti ase na enya adwuma no say ye ntimi ama sa de na anya adwuma be say afi na akotwetwe nsem bia ba dey simple and say enya enti ase wo ho no na enti ase anya adwuma wo ho na conflict no e wo mu bebre wan kasa otimi nya conflict, internal conflict within yourself, okay, personal conflict enti ase o pese we take decision wa bibi ho afi e wo say many there's a conflict within you Inti one kasa no timi nya. The conflict normal. Yeah, normal. Normal. Conflict is part of life. Okay. Inti one kasa as individual no timi nya conflict or bibi a wo pese wo ye hu. To be say wo ne hu be dia bobo until you resolve that okay, me decide say na me yen. So you can have personal conflict or and I war conflict between people. It could be people, it could be organization, and once it is between two people or two groups of people, whatever it is. Okay. There's a conflict and maintain me will be agrinche will be na until once na yentimi answer no na fe adena aba ye me nka se manso but ade chimamentwi bisa no chimamentwi bisa no sana mekan yeah
no what started before that not say nya wo kan e wabo internal not say you various types of conflict internal no pacho dey be so my
ye betimi nya conflict apart from one kasa ho no betimi ne there can be conflict there.
Okay.
Ebia ono boss my dream ko benkromo wo bibi ho oni colleagues why dream ko benkromo bibi ho there can even be conflict within siblings and parents a child.
Okay, so then the family too.
Yes, the family conflict too is there. Say baby ye che ya dream e wo no conflict between yesi. And I be my che ya dream conflict between yesi because nipa mi no there is no way munyina madwen be ye bakoda.
Yeah, different people.
Yeah, different people from different background. Exactly. From different background with different upbringing. Into once a nipa mienu ehia na omo dream be hu de be bia obi adwen kire ebe ye sronkosin obi adwen. Is
it always the case? Into nipa mienu ehia ma ye drink it on. Is it always the case?
It is not always the case. Enye de bia na conflict beba. But we are saying that it is part of life. Ebitimi aba. We can agree to disagree. Maybe a program be topic no yate ho as a conflict into member. But where obi feel say me dey net say we where obi are taking entrenched position say me na me right also so now you right nti we won say afia dey na ya twema me ntwe na dey conflict in beba no because one to one say me so me tell me one say
everybody thinks he or she is right.
Exactly. Nti yes na conflict abim.
Nti what kind internal conflict just say individuals conflict to me see where you me kind of thing and external ones and so I know so yeah what different angles.
Yes,
the workplace, family. And probably community cry.
Yes,
they be only a big cry sometimes so conflict is all around that.
Exactly.
And it is drawing us to your topic and it's a marriage conflict. I just say in marriage also conflict.
If you say marriage, nipa mienu na aba together, and omote baby fa ho. Inti conflict be wo ho.
Inti the next thing, conflict. What will be the cause? And now what are the causes of conflict? So to me, now I don't think everybody wants to be arguing and misunderstanding every day. Inti then never change our conflict no. Aba.
You made the conflict about there. It can be as many as even jokes, trivia jokes.
Yes,
kasasese. Yeah, we were investing. Me kai madam for be as more kind. I say nkofo me no bi omoko ware, omoko bompai. They were on their way to pray. And na be man can say, "Oh dear, my funny said some funny comment about the lady." The lady needed share now. Say me masam na ka wo ti so. Yeah. That was the end of that. That marriage never happened. Yes. Yes. That joke was too expensive for the other. So they are near be brave team a conflict about. But now say you share idea say me narrow into marriage and
we are on
the marriage. Say you can marriage now and I say you can role of a man. Most of the time man there a conflict maybe a fire swap by a nagging. Bible can Proverbs 25:24 or say it is better for a man to live on the corner of a rooftop than to stay in a room or share in a room with a quarrelsome wife. Other versions can say a nagging wife. Into a top the corner of the top.
Yeah, they're serious.
It is a serious matter. So if you live with a nagging wife and every time on nagging, everyone say yeah my because into about no problem I feel say kasa no and never solve it. And a men generally they want to think obema or problem hardly so be say or can wasem obetimi atena sidin or dream kwan exactly into sa at the end a man and differences no it's me spark a conflict say auntie and one ase so into most sometimes is miscommunication between me and conflict about. Okay. Let me say, I did our quacote to blue brain was a man seventeen blue black communication now. A bit me the conflict about. How do we call it? Content. Can I say? So ubu obi abumfia. Okay. Ebi I can't send be now. What sheni pane any be in your mind also. Also nipa and maybe as what devalue nipa no a bit the conflict about ebe ne ya na ehye ena say BBSC na obi nipa na take instead of say okay me agree say dey with and can me defensiveness enye me na me ye da and also between the conflict and I say enye no ye na ka say na say by all means who be homo ebia we can bibia na we bibi there's something that's never back on quantum mean cause conflict so into and also ho. And then I think there were about 4 things I wanted to talk about.
Miscommunication.
Yes, miscommunication.
And then some of them coming from man and kasa say
yes, nagging.
Quarrelsome
why. And no they dangerous.
I just say be share your role to manage the conflict. Mo so cry your cause. Yes. Na me ma cause me dey manage.
It will take humility. So say let me just, actually I've said it, let me mention it, maybe I'm just jumping the gun, but the conflict needs here, one can say we examine and then admit, say you feel in some area or you played some role in the conflict. But so your inability to admit, I know that sometimes one could hear and could be a divorce because I dare know but when you're watching so bejiatu and he say Okonya be maybe so na asem twinchan ya
ende mbetwum a time to say twinga
nti ende say wonji ntum dia misumi nji ntum dia ende yenyina
it's not be say role be na ema ye play wo conflict but I think say wa boba so say when we are not humble enough to admit your mistakes and your part in the conflict now it can make it escalate. What other thing can we do in causing conflict? Because when you say mad, I mean, you want something also. Apart from the nagging aspect, we are trying to manage, but again, I know we have certain things that we do. It to me spark a conflict. Yeah, sure, no more sana. You to me probably advise ourselves and then do away with that.
I think another thing too is disrespect. We say a member or ego be, and as only you go cry, Bible said the man is the head of the family, and so you have to accord him that respect. And you will be why you can overlook it. But when you disrespect a man, it is like you have bruised his ego. And also with me the conflict haba. And also with me the conflict haba. Yes, disrespect between the conflict haba. So
and you know there are some women who you have disrespect in tune chain, you have nagging in tune chain. Or not showing
oh yeah.
Such a person also. Until can't make us out. Say blue now, they have the red back men found.
Okay.
Such people to what is the role in contributing to?
So that make up 4 things. They call it toxic behavior that can cause conflict. And I say connecting with your partner. And their work and a friend is stonewalling. Okay. Stone. As a man can environment. Yay. And say be a discussion and as a arguments, you know, we chini beka we chini into because you respond when you have a listening ear, somebody is talking to you. Oh, that shows that uti. But say me no kasana men kwana me kasana where you were and no dey papa.
And some me kasana dey asema ba nten yes me
a friend is stonewalling. Oh, why to say buono si ho. Asema o kenyina emfa ne ho. It is one of the behaviors that bring conflict, and a lot of women we like doing that. Yeah, pesa. So when he hear someone kind of he doesn't want to listen.
To nag. Let me be quiet.
Is that the best?
And also, so what should the woman? Well, you bedroom. Because I'm just wondering, nagging yourself. Why you didn't so stonewall and also the conflict? So where do you stand to bring peace? It's another thing.
Another thing too is a criticism. Maybe I couldn't be criticize. Onya the papa that is different from nagging. But to you know, and yes, I will can say maybe our top should be a brave. So I appreciate. Oh, thank you. Should be effect. And so when in January, oh, when can you blue and can be a pow? Yeah, gonna say it ain't shooting. And I'm ready to shoot them the other day. Say over cancer, I'm not card. I just said no. It's where you need yam and I got to shoot now. Now me clip bina. I think it's a pastor. No, I say in an airport. Now, so man be akwakoto cook ama ne wife odi cook ne buy no bisa ne say na ice e cook ne ho we wan ka thank you wan just on suma no so go cook buy ice no we nti to say papa no ehye no nti wan ka hwe enem so kofa ice ne buy no auto juice mom 3-year-old girl eno bisa ne say juice we na to ma akola na another wahala nti papa ne ka ayana Otna 3 steps away from them, 3 seats away from them. Meanwhile, the lady could have said, "Oh, thank you for the cocoa. Oh, the ice we can one. Kasaso kamo. Send ye be can some na fano. And no that, and also be the conflict haba.
So we can still send our grievances across, but the way
be can fun.
Actually, before especially at the end corner, something has gone on. It's not your will. Sometimes some people are unable to control the anger. But
you have to manage your anger. I don't just
cannot expect a response from you.
Me know what I argument and I be buefu. Makoto cook mama, makoto bibiama. Oh, they won't catch you. Thank you. Don't come and just say thank you. Whether in a nice way, you have just said thank you. Ubufu, but what the nipa say? Thank you, no kwa kana cry or be appreciating. And then when you have calmed down, a buffon a few muno, then you approach the person. So you find a better time to address the issue. But when you need to be able to separate the issue from the person. And I ain't even how do I segregate from the individual? Okay. In this all lumping together, then you don't want to see the person at all. But if you are able to separate from Nipana or Yena, then you can address the issue
itself. My next question is how can we prepare for conflict in marriage? And already I'm sure it will come before entering the marriage, but we are still learning. Want to know because I can say conflict is part of everyday life. Not just say when you can in general, any man as a man, as a woman. So far as our conflicts in the Bible, how do we prepare ourselves for that? Maybe can be on that side.
Okay, what I can say is to see it me managing your expectations. Okay. Because I do question the conflict about unmet expectations. Into our now a certain expectation be say me kunu dear won't me can say in chemi won't me you have created a certain picture you expect to see. So when who pay, that is where the problem starts. Say people will feel something you say you feel something where who pay. Into what I will say is that don't me expectations be brave. And then two, nipa na wo worry no. Why dream so be worry no? Accept him or her however he is or she is.
Whatever he comes with.
Yes, because you had a lot of choices, but you opted for him or her. Into why dream say on na be worry no. Be ready to accept all her baggages or his baggages. Into the ultimate accepting nipa na, then you can work on whatever negative it comes with. Kakra makes me account expectations, no, they say I know that a hard I know they are a hard and then knowing that nipa na ko ware no hoye nipa nya sure abofo yes send your wo from so won hu ana nkan say mfum won hu yes mfum so as in physical anything but send your ultimate that should be there well ultimate be say Sani pa kono so your ba or your bemo. There's a tendency that obey you may not expect. Indeed, if you come to realize that the person is a human being and can do anything, or you be a young woman. So, or you be a baby, and your mama be brave, a bear, but your mama be brave because or nipa. Okay. But so when is son say you say wako worry Angel Michael no about feed ya or tia ba kwa now say hey and because of some of these expectations we are seeing a lot of divorces, especially in the young ones. If you are in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, near good. And now, in summer, in now for some. And now for some, finna walk our more, even if you are in marriage. Now we'll discuss a relationship with friends who can hear we no akoka. On here we put Bibia a papa e bonu na wo.
So dey I tie cause a man me man no so ye. And the boys almost na munya drinks na dia na mba no topic. So it's going for the two.
It's of course. The case is here as in how you can manage this thing it goes for both. So say so bi wa na o de ukunu na o partner you kodwa wenum kakra. Obi wa na obi akoka bibi. Now after the why steady. So we should know what to say and what not to say. It may not be everybody who is happy that you are in a marriage or you are going to marry another baby. Into and I share yen some can so you my younger brother down for be or a pastor. He's been married for 1.5 years or so, barely 2 years. And the marriage is at the verge of collapse. And issue is long distance relationship. The man is here, the lady is outside, and a friend of a lady who knows, who is also a friend to the guy, the cancer mature lady, and she's also not here. Exactly. As at the time we were speaking, I just said, what
is their problem? It's for
another day.
So now I want us to, after all the discussion on the conflict before marriage and in the marriage, now you have to say about your main thing as a woman. What role do we have to play? So say a conflict about marriage in Niyama Bang, and I will say Oba to me here, because at the end of the day we want peace to prevail. And so ensure your role in managing the conflicts are a better rising.
Okay. We say a man kasa. God has created us in a way that we are very sensitive in marriage, especially. Or but when something is going wrong in a marriage, the first person who sees it is a woman, is the wife, or sensitive to the issues that are going on that is affecting her marriage. So when you, the wife or the woman, you notice that you are sensitive to these things, the first thing you do is to go to the author of the marriage, who is God. Because nyame na shesha ware. Until when we say conflict haba, and idea ekosi the conflict beba, you go to God, to God, and then tell God what is happening. Then you ask God for wisdom, nyansa semka, wisdom to help you to communicate that thing, and ways you can resolve the issue to your husband. Because there are so many ways you can put your message across without being disrespectful and not insulting. It means you can be humble and submissive and still put your message across. So the first thing you need to do is to go to God in prayer. Now when you're going to God in prayer to seek for God's intervention and then give you wisdom to handle it, you need to examine yourself. Say, if there's a conflict now, you have to examine yourself. Say,
what part did you have to play?
What did you have?
Contribution? We are human. Most of the time, we never want to accept our mistakes.
That's the problem.
At the end of the hustle, now we are me.
So you need to be true to yourself. You have to be truthful. If you want to resolve a conflict, you have to be truthful and accept your parts of the issue. Yes, of the blame. Say you fail in 1 or 2 areas, and I say okasai and maybe one can ye something. So you examine yourself. It doesn't always mean that you will start a conflict. No, but maybe or partner started conflicts and now so you're also angry. Exactly. And you need to admit your parts of the issue. Now, because you have prayed, you have examined yourself to know that you are also a party to it, you need to approach your husband. Because remember, be brave or conflict is, he will not be the one to resolve it.
near my fire who be some things that can make women broken hearted. Men be right and form Musa. So
immune to it.
Ain't war ban. As I said, for a nice day. Men go pedal or quit Juma about wow to Mr. Wabril. If you are a break cry, we did we are if you are relaxing. You go to him. So me no discuss be a cosa be a meninge and don't start attacking him. Men for criticism then shall say that
who do you be say shall say into all last year fine. And how do they start? Oh, who do you be started the whole thing? Probably that's what was going to lead there.
Once you start attacking him, he will put up a defensive mechanism. So defensive mechanism never pay communication. I say
everybody.
It's a dead end. To us because you say that idea me man, you're not so be defending him. So what's the next thing you're going to say?
Okay, into young mechanism. They say I examine why we are approaching our husbands. Young approaching us.
Okay. Any
favorite meal? No, what setting the table? I mean, so many. But teach us the right way. What do we do?
Okay. You can start with maybe a favorite meal. No, baby. Sometimes I know more so Timo did and say, and then
if you understand the favorite, so they are in this room.
And so no, we say maybe by the time we be the day now, I'm finding say I don't like. Person give me example of a conflict snap so I can use.
Oh, hey, you know, look, I have a question. You
Sikasem. Okay, finances in conflicts. Finances conflicts. I tell you why you pa. Ebia, wa mouse can be. Sefa ko ye bibi scanner ansu. And I say,
one
mismanage scan. And okubisa na umu one why then they say
na scanner dey want me say me bisa kwa school fees one for me to dey question.
Intino o pesa wo resolve sa asem na wa man eduane a idea akot na nche o pesa me no can be ha make a crime be say yesusu meaning say na nsem ntawantawa ka crazy me sorry senior ebia the way I went about it no and get say me bufu say na me bufu ye no meaning say now expect say sika no and ka me de be kwa akoye we but say na nkwala na ye no na me hu ne me ye nti me imagine say nka me the way ni be them me sorry say e ba ne sa we kuli ne crowd because no I didn't know the attack no wa attack o dada
we guade no simple
enti afi na no so ba be cut na asem
pacho we dey mean try no ye ba ye be to aso we be aye na ye be say you try like 1 minute be ye ba ye be phone lines ye be na fi do bi ade a wo bi ana one ye ache ye ba say yes, also Emma Kwaba. In fact, the air to us why yes, say I only ukun conflict be but now for say only a bon coma. Auntie Gloria Cheo, am I romantic way? See you and why you in area what's none in channel. Now do on sa air for fafa ni team huna de na wo try so explain nkakra crowd boko. So never ya o be ka say we be ma no nya bibia mpo nka na ne wa asem no de ato so san bisa ska I'm sure so de be ma hey but say that your crofo in fact I can hello to one or two of our people although we are wishing you speedy recovery Mrs. Anan. Thank you for doing the watching. Yami inshallah Mr. Anan social. I hope say nya can would see Mr. Anan bejeje wa na we hu de we obesi akeka no Anita so we say a hello, a big hello to you. You better say announce your phone line so that you can join us in the discussion. Wait me after on 0207566 185 to say you be a dim married couples are more around person will share experience be and answer more solutions to some of your conflicts at home. We would really love to hear about them.
One thing I want to say is that in marital conflicts, no, we have about 4 different couples. I mean, when you talk about marital conflict, so a bit more volatile couples in conflict, no, they can just start a argument passionately.
Just like that.
Yes, come on, can get. I say they think they are on the same grounds.
Okay.
And so they will end up resolving it anyway. And
But hold on, first hello. Hello. Oh, Pacho sign free bium.
so volatile couples, no conflict, and very often passionate. Passionate. I don't know how passionate.
All the feelings and emotions.
Yes, and they will end up patching up, and they will patch up passionately too. I mean, but in resolving any marital conflict.
Hello. Good evening. If I told you maybe I'll free. Okay, Roland, Pacho, you.
Our remove a nuisance now, a conflict now. Maybe only say, the mature woman, we know how to handle the situation because the mature now, those are about who for valuable food, the manageable food, and the press up.
Okay.
Which is the mature, you know, I was saying, and that the man of Indiana so bano, the Nakuma to me, GSM, no offer some number. And then I don't know they mature. And sometimes there's other people, the way of approach issues is so near. If you know, what you can cry, they don't approach issues before. So, and it's also common, and then my son, and see how to handle issues, you know, and how to approach issues, and also affecting the situations in marriage, you know.
Roland Pacho, that's a fine. I'm sure, baby. Approach now, can you be a lock and the way I see I
can't ask them. Who are some when you do? So now do I for fast? Sometimes
I wonder. I think I have 1 or 2 experiences on that. I wonder. Papa now, I feel so now. Nyaman koyen. At the end of the day, if Onompo no I offend you, at the end has a way of like turning around. Now I go also. You rather feel guilty. I'd no offend you on an ample free.
Compromise. Somebody must compromise.
No, can the mature mind.
Somebody must compromise. And then I was talking about different couples and then we have validating couples. Someone compromise.
Okay.
Once a back decide they say over compromise so that there will be mutual agreements, understanding. As ubia buni hosta will be sancofona.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening, no. Me Pacho, didn't baby our free.
But sorry, we can start Madina.
Okay, Pacho, yes, sis.
I'm not listening to what mommy said. What will you do? Okay, if then even sometimes there might be a problem, but if you are willing to resolve it, but the second party is not ready to listen to you, what should you do? But also the question
I'll
get person for family to answer.
If I show you, Doki, thank you. Meet you on the flip side. Doctor's question.
Okay. The Bible say the heart of a king is in the hands of the Lord, like a water course, and he turns it whosoever he likes. It is so ohina koma there then sem to say insure etene. Baby ono nyame peno and obedane afa. And it's because the first thing you do is to pray. Even if your husband has a stone heart, you cannot do anything about it. It will take God to do that.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, hello, good evening. Oh, Pacho sound fair, why?
Take your husband to God and ask God to do the melting of the heart for you.
And
Abraham bompire a day or 2 and even 3 be crying. then you make a move. But in the heat of the moment, that you say, or you're not a normal, on few, because you can be why you're willing, but on few. And we have to also know that one of the things the enemy fights us is marriage. You see, the enemy does so many things to make sure that the two of you don't come to agreement. And that is why.
A minute, please. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. No, Pastor, didn't baby our favorite. Okay, Doki. And the doctor's phone call. Hello, Pastor, ain't you? If I chop my own, this will cry my way.
This is 3 years. I'm worried now. The passion way, I'm not cool. Not here, the few. No, I see it. I'm not about to be a happy. I'm not my direction. Then I will back. I try the building will be out for me. Now, see, when my memoir dream, episode in echo, but it was the moment that one is in the man and support me say, on from your that moment, my mamma dream, I found the suffering on the day. On your ready set. No man, no minimum washing, none of what about before. The only thing is already come worry that. Well, none one come of friend. To see a baby and one year, a chair for me, so mommy, we're going to jump for Lana. And no for that, see, yeah, and no customer. Now that's my baby, I'm possible. But we'll you were there more about piano in the king. The show a very dinner.
Doctor, of my baby, you are not. That's it.
Send everything.
I hope the doctor you have to pray.
You need to pray before you make a move. You need to pray before you make a move. It's a old person. I mean, God, Holy Spirit should touch the heart of the person. It works. Me, I know it works. It's tried and tested. Yes, and another can say, our area, the devil doesn't like it. Sometimes it's just your physical behavior. It could be your physical behavior. And that is.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. No, but you didn't be our faithful.
Yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Pacho pass free. Cape Coast. Okay, Pacho yet you.
Conflict resolution. Man, I can't call much. A man.
We make the home.
When we are friends, that they expect us to try and resolve. But when they offend us, then might be only good. Then might be only good. Then might be only good. They should also learn to apologize and try to resolve conflict. It's help. And I would like to ask you one of the things that we can do to prevent conflict in marriage. When we look at dating, we should communicate our expectations. And that not going to say too much. So when we tend to talk about other things other than our expectations. Including them and memory to your bar. I expect to say more kitchen or something. When we get done in house, and I'm in 10 or kitchen. When I'm talking more outside cook. So we expect to say, there might be about the sleeping here, over one. Discuss your situation. The man should also discuss his situation. So, I know what you want. He also knows what I want. Then we try to make effort to meet each other's expectations. We will see and discuss your situations in marriage. It means hiding because we are all from different backgrounds. About what you feel, that bomb will make you a family journey. You can expectations of them and to their side. Then I was like, your man, yeah. And then I'm the issue. So they need to also discuss that. So that more of what we know, at least expectations can try to be made. That they are able to adapt to it.
This is an unknown show.
Pastor Gloria, Pastor the next people.
Mrs. Annan Pacho, that's Mr. Annan.
My new friend, Mrs. Annan, they are not kind about communicating expectations. It's very important. In fact, in marriage, the backbone of marriage is communication. Bibi hawa country or partner and say in a course and say in a media meeting. But send your okay, so that you can at least you can meet some of the expectation. I brought our expectation. No, maybe if I show why you say Nini now, but oh papa, yes, say oh papa, no. It's a different person. It's a different person altogether. But at least if you've communicated what your expectations are. Into communication is the key in all these things. If we have clear communications, clear intentions, we won't have issues. Conflicts, but how you resolve it, no, and on that, I bet you whether it was a good thing or it was a bad thing. And so, then I say, doctors need not kind. So, sometimes you need to ask yourself, or you need to even ask your partner that the when in Jehuana. Bibia my yentina why ABC Diana. You need to ask the person because genuinely won't but he's putting up a certain behavior. Into ask him, let him come out to say what it is that make him do what he's doing. But another thing too is that sometimes it is just spiritual. It is just spiritual. I mean, but I've been because say Gloria you be any worry. Into we attempt I mean, all the forces I'm telling you, you won't have it. You won't go scot free. And apart from that, it was say worry no. How was I betting I will be pa? I mean, just
to destroy your mind.
So you don't get my opera aware that be empire son. When you are any people feel say no what no.
But we dey for 2 feet on. You might not tell for pa. Oh, worry, not just say one sack kind wonder.
Whatever prayer brought to you, it will take prayer to sustain it. I did be our empire in empire in a bit of more crummy. Into a power, you are born empire, son, Yamiadom, when you are in a way we cry. The devil will not sit idle and watch you jubilate. Oh, yes, sir. Into he may give you a free period for some time, but he will attack you one way or the other. So we have to be very watchful. Very watchful. Say honeymoon in at the back of your mind.
The way I call wedding, we say marriage is all like intimate for my warrior. You come Nitim 9 is just like cloud 9.
Marriage is not an event. It's not an event. It's the wedding that is an event. But marriage is not an event, it's a process. And see, our end our come fashion team say God is the one that is the center of your marriage. When it is like that, you will never leave praying. What is praying? Praying is communicating to God. And if every time you are going to God with everything, and you say, "We are someone kwana, ye ndi try assembly ba."
Yeah, can say me o.
Into
is that korokoro ya be? Go for bomba, go for
this picture. Oh, sorry, then you na bomba. Intimate sister Dorcas say on fanya pipe. First, on Mr. Nikunu say bi waye bibia e ma ne ye niema na oye na. Now, most importantly, on fanya pipe because Nikuna warida. No, we jam but it's a sequence.
But there's something.
Yes, into Bibi woho that she has to pray about it. And yes, sir, it may be like the first one that happened that she was not even aware. Until at this moment, I will encourage her to pray, commit the marriage to God now.
Now, you come back to your 4 couples now. We talked about volatile.
Yes, as I was talking about volatile couples, or more they can argue passionately and then make up passionately. Ube home 1 minute or more, 1 minute be home na you girlfriend and me who's come with someone a third person. But in all these things though, we are saying that when there is conflict in marriage, the positivity should outweigh the negativity. If it's a ratio, we are looking at 5 to 1.
Okay. 5 being positive.
Yes, and then the 1 being negative. Until for the volatile couples, you see them like that, they still maintain that ratio. the 5-to-1 ratio is there. Then we have the validity couple. I'm gonna make us as a mutual respect, the compromise, so that everybody will, mutually will be that's better. And then we have the other couple that we call them the conflict avoiding couple. They will never confront themselves head to head. Or try so avoid the conflicts. They are also there. That they don't want to, so they will disagree to agree.
Okay.
As on conflicts. So in doing that, they also try to maintain the 5-to-1 ratio. Now the fourth couple, we are hostile couples. Conflicts and then they insult themselves. They never agree on anything. They never listen to each other. As some now way can it's parallel to the way can. So for them, the 5-to-1 so you need to assess yourself and ask yourself that which kind of couples are we? Which kind of couple and which kind of partner are you? So that if you need to adjust, you have to because for hostile couples, it normally ends up in divorce. Because yes, you don't understand each other.
We such people are wondering, they're pan attracted to each other.
Did you marry your enemy? Until on your ready to be compromise. Or banning your ready to be compromise. Mrs. Anna said the BIA say member ego. A member ego. Ego doesn't mean that you are always right. Ego doesn't mean you should look down on the other person. No. If you are a leader, you need to be humble enough to accept people's view. So that is what makes you a leader. It doesn't mean that you are weak when you accept your faults. No. Into ego, I know the other person also on any.
You also can't my idea be said you and I can't the role of the woman. I said that should be the same thing, the role of the man. Probably there's something that the men also have to do. So
there's something that the man,
because it's almost like a man in Kwana.
Not really. Instead make us say my very sensitive. It be a baby cause who say a day it can lead to conflict, and as a conflict be if we a bear man I say you humbly come to you to tell you that, oh dear Anna honey, this ABCD, I think that you should be man enough to accept what your wife is saying and take action or implement it. That is what makes you a man or a leader. But not saying that you are all the bossy type because you didn't bring that idea. Then what the woman is, oh you're bad there. No. So you have also a big role to play in the conflict, because if nipa bako ya na just be resolve na bako taking entrenched position, the person might hit a wall at a point that I've done all that I can. So it takes two to tango. So you the man has a big
question,
role.
Yakaya some few minutes before my last question on this whole thing is, can there be a conflict-free marriage? Third
conflict
couple,
avoiding.
It is making me think that they can be, but really, nipa, who form and all that, like you mentioned. Can there be a conflict-free marriage?
I don't think so. You see, even the conflict avoiding couple, they agree to disagree.
That means there has been a conflict.
Yes, there has been a conflict, but they are saying that okay, let's quickly resolve it. So that it doesn't become an entrenched position. So once we any panel there, my point is that it's not about the conflict, it's about how you resolve it. And then there are something about you can disagree about something, but how you resolve it, that is where the problem is. So once you are a human being, conflict is part of our life, but send me you deal with the conflict. No, that is where the problem lies. That's very important. So conflict is inevitable.
Okay. It's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
And it's part of life.
It's part of life.
Oh
yeah, it can happen. It can happen to anybody. You can, if we disagree on something, anybody. So you say that conflict can be bad or good, because we have constructive conflict or destructive conflict.
Okay.
So people are conflicts in the bar. It even bring the best in somebody. I say conflict abana ye nyina ya ka ho na fe ebie wa dream about the be certain things okay oh say me partner kra na me kra na me yere kra sa na ma we a me ye nyina dada nyina nya da na ni ji ho sa. So it opens your mind about something, then it helps you build the marriage.
You know, there's a conflict about we shouldn't always see it as negative.
No, conflict is not always negative. Conflict is always not negative. When we have constructive conflict, that helps you to. What is so because a bimuka say media or so was in the crown or don't know. I mean that's a silly statement, but the point I want to make that sometimes when there is conflict and all of you are able to come out, I mean, properly, it helps you build on each other. But when the conflict become destructive, that is where the problem is. But conflict can be constructive.
Your final words to women, because today your topic is about how the women are supposed to handle the situation. But your last words or your few words to our women out there.
Well, the last time I came here, I said something. I'll repeat it. Say if you be jina obaso predominantly. So our image na ejina obaso. So you need to take your position as the woman or the mother of the house. What do I mean by that? Say bibi nkoye ewo ebusuani ma na ware ni ma. Don't be quick to talk. Be quick to pray and be slow to talk. I always say that, and I remember say God is the author of marriage. So obi sidai, I be dying no ehunya problem. Who do you go to? Is the one who constructed the building. Yes. So if there's something going on in your marriage that you think you have done all that you can physically, it's not working, go back to the one who instituted marriage. Enti mema ye njai ya warrior home pai boda. Obi wa warrior 15 years, 25 years no we jai umejai. I didn't all that they have to know and see. I mean, they've seen it. What will happen for them to separate or divorce? Don't think you are immune. That is the end of the story. No, don't leave your marriage to chance. Always make sure that and then you as a woman, let's submit. Bible says we should submit to our husbands. So and say then I always people say that Obi say my husband didn't love me, why will I submit? Obi say my wife didn't submit, why will I love?
You're supposed to do our part.
That is it. The Bible didn't give you any conditionality. Or say wo ye A, be man in ye B. Whether the man loves you or not, submit. Whether your wife submits or not, love her. See, in I play a part. Yeah, we will have conflicts. We will resolve it and we'll be better people than we were. And see, my advice, my man say, let's communicate. Bibi hawa and find show. Now, Munka say, enyeshi, one day it will just blow on your face. And see, manipa ni who say, Christmas, nipa ade A B C D aya ehame. Yanka wasem send ye be ya e betimi resolve, you know. And then don't be too proud to accept your mistakes or your faults. Uye nipa. Inti senya uye nipa obetimi afum. Ana ukunu ana uye betimi afum. Sa na unso betimi afum. Inti yenji yemfum so ntu na yen twakasa so. Aya nakasa so.
Ya minu so bolongo.
Aya nakasa ntika kra mewa mekachu. Say yen twakasa. Let us not be the quarrelsome woman. The Bible say you kuno kotina corner kra. Corner pa.
Auntie Gloria, Yamisha, Pastor Mrs. Gloria Taki. God bless you so much. Only have a check experience kakra, and then what the Bible expects us to do and how to manage our homes properly as women. Yamisha will be brave. But what can be say communication is key now. In communicating your grievances, in a very cool way. It shouldn't be harsh, it shouldn't be criticizing the person. But I will say how to communicate your issues and your grievances to our partners. I say be quick to pray and slow to talk. Oba fa maka. Not show good paper so not for board anymore. Just we need boss now we will say whatever the issue is, we need to be quick to pray about it and slow to talk about it. Yes, so we need to go to God in prayer whenever any conflict arises. First, go straight to God, and then we seek wisdom from God. After that, be truthful. Whichever woman, forgive yourself and go and apologize to your husband. Approach your husband, and then approaching him, don't go and criticize. Because so criticize or now I already did your boxing gloves or boxing one after the common. So as you approach your husband, approach in humility. How will better issues no. At the end of the day, they understanding a beba. You see, whatever prayer brought to you, it takes prayer to sustain. It is a prayer has brought you a good marriage. You need to pray to sustain it. If prayer brought you a marriage which is not so good, you still have to take the same prayer to hold on to that marriage. But some days you'll be oberia or be say. And so no money live no nyaboram say Kim and the trade choose back. The only way to get the devil out is through prayer. Until now, ya be nya korokoro nkwa na man for quote scriptures. Na ya bomb payo. Aware for your woman, yes say we need to pray. A man said yeah, but a man na mutie. Yes, you need to support your wives in prayer. Obane bon bema no so also sorry na wo bomb pay na wo de can your I think it will go a long way to help the marriage to grow. Once again, Auntie Gloria. Pastor Mrs. Pastor Mrs. Gloria Taki. God bless you so much. You can say that your callers say. You can say didn't she so Emma, Mr. and Mrs. Anan. Auntie Doro. Once again, Kuru. Any alliance so. Nyame adoma next week. We are wishing you speedy recovery. I need time so you who watch. I hope all is well. You say hello from the studios of Ocean One TV. You say your crew members say for having time or making time to give us this opportunity on set. Nyame ensha mo be brave. Ya kan san ya beda ya boa for ase na ya di dwumedie ne esi ha. You say that Gem Beauty Care ase. Today they gave me a different look. When my husband saw me, he didn't even recognize me. All thanks to Gem Beauty Care. Call them on 0207792 101 02077922101. So also na ye num so bolo nyame bi wo ho anti Gloria kan na o se me num so bolo gu so ansa enya Fortune Juices anka ye enya so bolo wi. So want to thank Fortune Juices also. You can call them if you need their services on 0244508818 0244508818. Samson and Rabakuto na kwatu. Mama me nice atawe, very simple but very very nice for my set. Nyame ensham bebe. Call her on 020-993-0465. 020-993-0465. Nyame ya dom na next week ye san ebeshim wa ha. Ye be san de other interesting discussions ani nyine mu no. Eboa ma yesua ade ye informed. And so ye entertain ye ho so kakra e wo ha say nti da sene. Nyame ma ye nkwa ye be hia. Bye.